YouTube customization. On YouTube, they give you the option to add a little video, a trailer if you will, in which you can take a couple minutes and describe what your channel's about. And I knew from watching other people that you could create these little trailer clips, but I didn't have a clue as to how to get it into the channel. Well, that's what this video is about. We're going to go through the steps needed for you to add a custom video to your YouTube channel. I'm Brian, I'm out at the lake, and today we're not reselling. As I've been creating YouTube content about reselling on eBay, that I'm gaining some skills from YouTube that are actually making me a better reseller. I've had to learn to do things like capture screenshots and record screen videos. And then I've had to learn to go into those screenshots and circle items or put arrows in or add text to highlight what I'm featuring on a YouTube video. Well, I found that those same skills have improved my eBay listings. Now, if I've got a little item that maybe has a defect or a blemish that I want to point out, I now know how to put a little arrow in there or circle the defect. Because there are some similarities when you talk about customization. The YouTube channel, each one is unique, but you have the ability to add banners and add other features. Over on eBay, when you've got a store subscription, you add more of those long, narrow photos, and you do customization. You describe what your channel's about. You talk about the things you sell. When I first set up my channel, I just did the basics because I wanted to get into filming. Well, I've gone back recently and I've improved the banner, and I've begun looking at some other customization. This is my YouTube homepage, Cabin Fever Reselling. I recently upgraded it. I gave it a new banner. This is the feature I want to talk about today. I added a little video trailer. Let me play a second of it here. Good morning. I'm Brian. I'm here at the lake, and I'm a reseller. It actually took me a little while to figure out how to do this. So I thought I'd make a short video to show it to you in case you want to customize your own channel. Or if you're thinking about getting into YouTube, you may want to do it right from the start. I didn't. So when I went back to my list of things I should do as my channel progresses along, one of them was to add this trailer. I knew the feature existed because I'd seen it on other people's channels, but I didn't find it easily. And what I learned is that you go to Manage Videos, and you come down here to Customization, and it brings you to the page that you initially set up your banner. And setting up a banner is a bit of a challenge too, because depending on whether your viewers like to watch on TV or a smartphone or a laptop, they see a different portion of the image. You can see that right here. So you've got to design a homepage banner that shows up on a full screen TV or a little strip on a smartphone. I also uploaded my purple monkey avatar, and I'll talk a little bit more about how I ended up with a purple monkey further on in the video. I was like, okay, how do I do this? So the other day I happened to stumble across it, and it reminded me that this was on my list of changes I wanted to make. And somehow I had stumbled onto this Home tab button without realizing it, and it gave me these buttons over here. And I said, well, what do these do? So I played with them. You notice how this one went away and this one came back, and it was like, huh. And then I clicked on Add Section, and it said Channel Trailer. And right now it's grayed out because I've already done it, but this is the button you'd click. And I looked all over for this when I went back to actually do it. It probably took me 20 minutes, which reminded me of eBay, because I'm also an eBay reseller. And on eBay, when you've got a feature or a function you're looking for and you don't use it very often, they inevitably have moved it or changed it. So I'm kind of used to the Easter egg hunt looking for something. But once you hit Channel Trailer here, you're given the option to either tag one of your existing videos and it will play in the block on your home page, or you can create one, and that's what I did. I sat outside and I practiced, probably made several versions of it until Rose poked her head out and wanted to know what it was I kept repeating over and over and over again, because I wanted it to be short. And I did. I created a short clip in which I basically described what my channel's about. It's about reselling on eBay. So then I uploaded it like you would any other video. In fact, if I were to go, here we go, if I were to go over to channel and I were to go to manage videos.
Good morning. I'm Brian. I'm here at the lake.
I turned it on. Hang on one sec. So if you come over here to channel content, this is a regular video. This one is the Cabin Fever channel feature trailer video that I made. And I simply left it as unlisted. Now I suppose I could go public with it and people could play it if they randomly stumbled across it like a YouTube short. But since its only purpose for me was to put it onto the home page, I just intend to leave it unlisted. That's where it ends up. And that's how you do it. You go to over here and you say add. And if you select channel trailer, it'll give you a chance to upload this. Now there are also a set of controls that would allow you to change it. If you click on these three buttons, you can change your video if you decide you're changing your direction or you want a different look. Or you can remove this video. It'll go back to a home screen that lacks this. It'll go straight from your banner to your description of your channel and down into your videos. Here's the playlist. Here are all my videos. And I think we've produced about 50 videos now. Lots of topics all related to reselling. And you might even ask yourself, what is a YouTube channel about reselling doing, teaching about customizing YouTube? Well, like I say, it's some crossover skills there. As I've been learning to YouTube over the last few months, I've noticed I've had to learn to do things like capture home screens and then go into my preview and circle and put arrows around different things in the videos that I want to highlight. In fact, I can probably show you one. I've begun using those same skills to improve my eBay listings. So it all works out very well. Just like learning to create that long, narrow photo for my store on eBay showed me about how to make a long, narrow photo layout on YouTube. You learn a skill on one platform, you can take it over to another. And this is my purple monkey sidekick. Ever since we retired here to the lake, especially when we first arrived and the grandkids were here, Rose's attention, let's just say her interest in reselling as we approached our second retirement, diminished. She's still probably involved much more than she wants to be on a weekly basis, traveling with me to auction pickups, looking at auctions that have things that interest her. But in general, her focus and her interest on reselling has declined. So along came my sidekick, the purple monkey. And I've chose him as an avatar because I was always fascinated with building, and we like to get up to some antics now and then, so monkey business. Purple monkey with a hammer just seemed like an appropriate avatar icon as I commented on other YouTube content creator channels. And I decided to keep him as a mascot for mine. Because Rose isn't particularly in favor of being on camera, she's still a little bit shy. The purple monkey stands in for her as someone for me to relate to and interact with on my thumbnails and in my videos. I'm Brian. I'm out at the lake. We're resellers, and now we're content creators.